So what happens when a piece of real estate or property is abandoned? This is Dave at TitleSearch.com. A lot of times there's a strategy either on a property owner to abandon a property to maybe try to eliminate some liability for that property. Maybe a property that's in default in mortgage, and maybe a property that the taxes are too high, may need a lot of work. And by walking away from a property, the owner or the resident may feel like a lot of those liabilities are going to be left with the property. In some cases, this might be true, but keep in mind that just because you walk away from a house, it doesn't mean that the bank automatically takes it back. The property is still going to be titled in that borrower's name. As far as anybody knows, that owner is of record on title is still the resident of that property. There's no difference between walking away from a property and going on a long vacation. No one is going to change the liability of that property unless there's some intentional or positive step of transfer of the ownership. So it may not be good enough just to send a letter to the bank to say, hey, I'm gone, because they might not want to accept the property because now they're on the hook for taxes, insurance, damage, repairs, and we'll get to that in a minute. So you may want to send a certified letter or get some kind of legal conveyance from you to the bank, because taxes are still going to build up on that property. And that may stay with the owner. If the owner doesn't pay the taxes, there may be some accrual. More importantly, if there's damage or repairs or some type of maintenance is not kept up, the property may reduce in value. So if you walk away from the property and it's worth $300, and by the time the bank gets it and they get it ready to sell, it's only worth $250 because the roof is now leaking, or the plumbing's not good, or the lawn is destroyed. The bank may go back and say, look, you abandoned this property. That $50,000 worth of loss is because of your negligence, and they may come after you for a deficiency judgment. That can attach to the owner. More importantly, if you walk away from a property, there may be vulnerability to injury to other people. If somebody's walking across the front lawn and the grass is long because it's overgrown and they trip on a lawnmower or a bike and they get injured, that liability still may go to the title owner, which is you. Making that worse is you might stop paying insurance on the property if you walk away from it, and now you don't have insurance coverage to protect you against a lawsuit for injury. So keep all these things in mind. If you walk away from a property, that all of the liabilities don't automatically go away. In some cases, we ran into a client that we were working with on some title issues, and there were some liens that landed on the property that could have been contested at the time, but because the lien holder mailed notices to that property and there was nobody there to get them, that period of contest expired and there was no availability to do it. So keep in mind that legal address may still be what lenders, insurance companies, even government agencies might be using to contact you, because that's the address that's on the title matching your name. So abandoning a property, have some advantages. Get good legal advice from an attorney and look at how that strategy matches up with your needs to protect yourself from further liability on the property.